Allah Ta'ala has 99 names. Whoever comprehends them has entered paradise. People often usually take that to mean whoever has memorized them, and people start memorizing the names. But the idea of comprehending is understanding, memorizing, and implementing the names of Allah Ta'ala. Once you embody these names, and we cannot embody all the names. There are names that are completely for Allah Ta'ala. Right? Once we embody these names, and we see Allah Ta'ala in everything, that's when dakhala al-Jannah. So, why so many names in a monotheistic religion? So that we may see Allah Ta'ala in every single moment of our life. We do not separate ibadah and non-ibadah. Every aspect of our life is worship. Every aspect of our life is sacred, not just seeking knowledge. Drinking water is sacred. Walking down the street is sacred. Eating is sacred. Getting dressed is sacred, or can be, or has the potentiality to be, right? And so Allah Ta'ala wants us to have every single aspect of our life, every single moment to be a sacred moment, experienced with Him. We don't want to compartmentalize our life. And I would argue the Muslim Ummah today compartmentalizes. And when we come to gatherings such as this, and we have go to the mosque, whatever it might be, you know, sometimes we're like, I'll put my Muslim hat on now. And then when we go to work, I'll put my non-Muslim hat on now. It doesn't work that way. I often call it the schizophrenic Muslim character, right? You don't have to be a particular way at the masjid or in a halaqah or amongst Muslim friends in a different way outside. You are who you are. We must embody this beautiful character all the time. And so the idea of studying these names, right, is Allah Ta'ala is telling us, Allah Ta'ala is always with us, guiding us, talking to us. But the question is, do we hear Him? Do we see Him in everything? He's saying to us, I am close to you. I am the all-seeing. I am seeing you. Right? I am the all-giving. I am giving you. He's the one that's telling us, this water, I gave you this water. But do we see that? He's telling us this, but we don't see it. So the purpose of us studying His names is to actually see Allah Ta'ala in every single thing. My teacher used to often say to me, Allah is always speaking to us, but we do not hear Him. We do not understand Him, and we do not reflect. Right? It's like when you go through an incident and you don't learn from it, and then it happens again, and you don't learn from it, and it happens in a different way, and you don't learn from it. Right? Allah Ta'ala is constantly speaking to us. That's not a coincidence. That's Allah Ta'ala saying, come back to me, come back to me. And all the lessons that Allah is teaching us is for one end result. Come back to me. Come back home. Come back to me. Right? So through understanding the divine names, we begin to see Allah Ta'ala in everything. So I'll give you a few examples. When a child is born, what name of Allah Ta'ala is manifesting? Al-Khaliq, right? It's clear as day. We see a child born and we're like, Subhanallah, Al-Khaliq. When a human dies, what name of Allah Ta'ala is manifesting? What is it? Al-Walid, Al-Mumit, the one who takes life, right? One who we see clearly Allah Ta'ala in that, right? And it's a miracle that people cannot see Allah Ta'ala through that. I personally made my faith journey is when I saw my mother personally die in front of me. It's like, how can you not make the connection when you see someone pass away and you see them buried and you do not question? This is what Dr. Omar was talking about. What happened to our fitrah? Do you not question, where did that person go? Is there a life after death? Is there something beyond this? It's natural, right? So then Allah Ta'ala's name, Al-Mumit, comes. When you get a paycheck, what name do we see manifesting? Al-Razzaq, that's the obvious one, right? Al-Razzaq. And Al-Kareem, there'll be multiple names. Al-Kareem, right? The generous. When you're doing something haram, forbidden, and you get caught out, like there'll be many names that could be manifesting. What names are manifesting? First of all, Al-Basir, Allah Ta'ala sees everything. As-Sami', Allah Ta'ala sees everything. But you get caught out. We see here that the humiliator, Al-Mudhil, is manifesting. That is, Allah Ta'ala wants to humiliate us. But sometimes we do a sin, it's still As-Sami', He sees everything, and then Allah Ta'ala manifests His name, what? As-Sattar, the one who covers up. It's not because you were so smart and you got away with it, or you're so, not very intelligent and you didn't get... No, it's because Allah Ta'ala wants to teach us different lessons in different places. But it's still Allah. Sometimes like when you prepare for a job or you're doing something and you prepare everything and you go and you just don't get it right. And you're like, what happened? I just didn't get it right. My words fumbled, or it just didn't happen. Right? That's Allah Ta'ala al-Mudir. He doesn't want you to do it. Sometimes He embarrasses us. But for the greater good, for the greater benefit, that we need to understand Allah Ta'ala through this name though. Right? And see that it's actually Him. Because underlying all the names of Allah Ta'ala is what? Rahmah. Ar-Rahman. Underlying all the names of Allah Ta'ala.